Like so, and use it through that sort of C-shape action. Greg the Gum Guy here again. This one today is just on hints and tips to do with interdental brushing. So with interdental brushing, there's lots of different interdental brushes, interdental sticks that you can use. A good place to start when you have your hygienist appointment or you visit the dentist, ask the dentist about what would be best for you, and they can try a few out and size them up appropriately for your mouth. So you've got your interdental brush, like so, and usually they come with a little cap on the end that you can pop onto the back of the brush like this and use as a little handle. Now, the placement of the brush is important. You're going to try and place it in between the teeth, above the little triangular part of the gum, okay? So like this. Just there. Can everybody see that? When you push the brush through, a lot of people struggle with this because they try to push the brush through too hard, and then, especially with the smaller ones, the little wire gets bent up. Move it in little circular motions, either clockwise or anti-clockwise, and apply a little bit of pressure and let the brush find its own path through. And then when it's in place, then you can go to town on it. You can clean in a systematic way. So up, down, left, right. So when you're going to do the brushing, you're going to position it here above the triangular bit of gum. Ease it through. Up, down, left, right. Up, down, left, right. Then you can go for the next one. Good backwards and forwards movement when you're doing it, and you can just systematically work your way around the mouth. And now I've demonstrated on the front one there so you can see, and that's a really easy place to brush. But sometimes it gets harder as we get to the back teeth, okay? Things you can do for the back teeth to make it easier is you can get your brush like this, you can bend it like so, and you can make it a little bit curved like that. So when it's curved like that, then you can go through, position it in between the teeth and go through like so. I'll show you now on one of my premolars if you can see okay. So curve it and push through. And then out. That sort of C-shape action. When you're cleaning with a little brush like that, once you pull it out, dip it in a bit of water or a bit of mouthwash. It's okay just to use the brush on its own. You don't need to put toothpaste or anything on it unless you've been advised to put something on it by your dentist or your hygienist. And you just work your way around the mouth in a systematic way, doing tooth by tooth, a few seconds at a time. And it's more about the movement, not what you put on the brush. It's just getting introducing some movement in between the teeth to disturb any plaque that's trying to form and trying to colonize in between the teeth, disturbing the areas that the toothbrush will struggle to get to. You can buy ones on handles, and those are particularly good because you've got the head already at right angles and you can slide it down your cheek and go through the teeth. The head's already at the right angle and it's got a little handle you can hold. Those are particularly useful for back teeth. The key thing to remember is when you push the brush through, it shouldn't just fall through the space, and you shouldn't have to force it so it's hurting you a lot, okay? Sometimes when you first start doing it can be a bit uncomfortable and a bit sensitive, but there's a difference between uncomfortable and sensitive and really, really hurting you. You shouldn't really force it through. You may get bleeding, you know, when even with the right size brush, when you first start doing TP brushing, you could experience a bit of bleeding for a while until the gums get healthier. But the key is not fall through, not force, a little bit of friction. And lastly, the best times really to do the TP brushing, I feel, is before you brush on a night time, or you can do it before you brush on a morning. But then if you go round and do all your TP brushing before you brush, then afterwards, you can then brush your teeth and then you can spit out the excess toothpaste and there will be no need to rinse. If you do the TP brushing after you brush, and there's a lot of bleeding, then you may feel like you want to rinse afterwards, and you can, but it's still good practice after you brush your teeth to spit all the excess toothpaste out and not rinse. So for that reason, it's better maybe to do the TP brushing before you brush. And that's that.
And there's no stopping us right now.